Natalie. And thank you for everyone who came out to join us today. Day one in this building, we learned our first lesson. After the faculty assigned us to our mini study teams, 5-person teams, Denise taught us our first lesson. The college name is Smeal, not Smeal. Day two, we were introduced to Sajai. Lovely man. Really lovely man, but terrifying professor. He taught us one of the most important lessons we will ever learn. How not to BS. On day three, Professor Sajai taught us how to explain things to our mothers, as Andrew mentioned. It means to explain things clearly, without BSing. And now that many of our beautiful mothers are here tonight, I want to explain to them, without BSing, what went on in our classroom this past year. So Mod 1, you just got the Dani spiel, the managerial side of it, but we had financial accounting and statistics. In accounting, we would go over things that no one really understood. Nothing really made sense, but Professor Givoli would ask, is it clear? And some of us would freeze, some of us would nod, and we would move on to the next topic. Statistics was about regressions, zombies, and Professor Lichty's oldest son's extracurricular activities. Mod 2. This was about economics and finance. In economics, we learned what a sunk cost was. And the rest of the time, Professor Crocker was speaking about fishermen and tuna. A sunk cost is when something bad happens, for example, failing an econ exam, and you just forget about it. Finance was taught by Professor Lou Gaddis. He is known as Spreadsheet Lou, and indeed he is Spreadsheet Lou, and that's all our mothers need to know about that. Mod 3. This was about marketing and supply chain. Marketing was a tricky one. It was almost impossible to stay awake. But we did learn one very important lesson. That things are not what they are, but how they are perceived to be. Supply chain was definitely the most entertaining class we had. Supply chain is all about how much and when. Professor Nick taught us also how to answer a question that you do not know the answer to. Instead of saying, just say, it depends. Mod 4. This was supposed to be the relaxing one. No more 8 a.m.s, finally. Sounds great, I know, but then Professor Sajai walks in the door, again. We were supposed to have a managerial accounting class, but we got lectured, again, about the term BS, and explaining things to our mothers. Back to managerial accounting. What is it? We learned that it's different than financial accounting, and we learned that it's not philosophy. That's all I can tell you. We also took ethics and leadership classes. Mothers, your sons are ethical leaders. But those classes consisted mostly of very interesting discussions and some fun group activities. But the main event was when Sherry, everyone's favorite classmate, would decide to clash and disagree with every single word Professor Yuri had to say. Communications. This was the only class that we actually took for the entire year. And thanks to Professors Nancy and Andy, I'm able to stand here today and speak so nicely, but they would definitely disagree with the structure of my speech. I'm thankful to the MOL program for giving me an opportunity. Spending most of my time as a Penn State athlete, I lacked a connection with students who were not part of the realm of athletics. Many athletes are stuck in their own little bubble, and it's sometimes very hard to escape it. The MOL program forced me to be locked in a small classroom for 4 hours every morning with 40, so wonderful people, and then forced me to spend my afternoons locked in an even smaller room with my 5-person study team, working on endless, demoralizing, painful projects. I became close to people, and I've made some special friends. We formed a community. People were there for each other. For example, in financial accounting, no one in our class had any idea what was going on. But we knew that we were there and in this together, and that no one would be left behind. It was okay not knowing all the business jargon or maybe not knowing how to perfectly interpret a balance sheet. We did not judge each other. We all understood that we came from different places in life, different majors, different experiences, different countries, and that we came to the MOL program for one reason. We wanted to better ourselves, and we knew that we were going to do it together. The MOL program gave me confidence. It gave me the confidence to learn about things that I have always heard about and always been interested in, but was afraid to apply myself to. It introduced me to topics and discussions that I've never been a part of. And I'm thankful because I've learned some things that are going to stick with me forever. 5 years ago, I turned 20 years old. I had no high school diploma, no SAT. I did not know what an SAT was. No desire of ever going to university, and not the slightest idea of what Penn State was. Now, as of today, I'm officially an MOL, a Master of Management and Organizational Leadership, and I'm proud to be one. As the elected class speaker, I would like to leave my fellow classmates with 3 messages. Push yourself, believe in yourself, and form some meaningful relationships. Thank you to our incredible faculty. Thank you to our lovely parents. And congratulations to us. Thank you.